Boxing King Media, powered by BYD and the Riyadh season. We're out here in Los Angeles. Port Rancho, is it Rancho?
Porter Ranch. We are here in Los Angeles, Porter Ranch. My first time staying here, and it's alright, man. It's good. I can't really complain.
Yeah, I couldn't get the name right. Porto Ranch.
There you go.
Nice and posh. It's not like, when you said Porto Ranch, I didn't know what to expect. But it's a nice area.
So it is a nice area. So no, listen, funny story was we were shopping the other day. The shops are literally just 3 minute drive. So we're there, all of us, the whole team's together. And this old woman comes up to us, and she goes, "Are you guys wrestlers by any chance?" And we all look at each other like, "No." She goes, "Oh, okay." And I asked, I go, "Why?" She goes, "Oh, my son's a famous wrestler." I said, "Who's your son?" She pulled a picture of The Rock. It was his mum, bro. And I didn't believe her. I didn't believe her because LA is a bit mad. And then I go, okay, wait. Then I Googled her. Then it was his mother.
Wow.
Just like that. And he met his mum. And I was a bit like, what the hell? Bumped into Dwayne Johnson's mum. But she's a really nice woman, to be fair. And it was really random, man. It's another day in LA, huh?
So there's almost a compliment in there as well. That she thought you was a wrestler.
Yeah. I don't think it's so much me. I think it was my dad, to be fair.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's what it was. But we was all together, like, in the team tracksuits and whatnot. So, yeah, man, really random. Really random.
That's mad. Just kind of describe, you've been here for a few weeks now. I know it's a different location from where you trained last time. For your fans and your family members, what's it like living in Los Angeles and the lifestyle, the weather, just everything, like living here compared to the UK?
Do you know what? In my first 3 camps here, it was a bit all over the place because we didn't have number one, we didn't know anyone. Number two, I was doing it with like a crazy, like tiny budget. I was making it all happen with I was getting paid less than what I was spending over here at the time. So we was making it happen. We kept moving, as in we'd do 2 weeks at one house, another week at this house, the other, and we was making it happen. But it was a long-term vision. We knew that if I carry on getting the wins and carry on racking up the experience out here, eventually I'll come to a level, alhamdulillah, I'm at now where I can, comfortably come out here. Like you see the recovery setup we got here, the house is big enough for my whole team. This is the first camp. We've got a chef, and we flew my physio over here as well. So we're hitting, we're in a good place, to say the least, alhamdulillah, in a very good place. And yeah, man, going back to your question, the weather's here is always good, which is lifts the mood, especially on a hard day where you had a shit spar or you've had a shit session. You come out, all right, it's not so bad. We can go again tomorrow. And yeah, man, now I'm in my groove. I think I'm coming up to 4 years here now, four or 3.5, whatever. And I'm really flowing now. I'm getting recognition out here, especially after my last fighting an American. And I'm one step closer to that American dream.
And it is, you're basically living the American dream. And there's a lot of young fighters out there who kind of think about moving to America. And then I always think to myself, there's so many good trainers in the UK.
Yeah,
why would you come here? And surely it can't be that much better. So give me I don't know, a couple of points that that you think are the game changer for training here.
Every fighter is different, so I can only speak on my behalf. But for me, number one, it was being away from family. It just gives me that extra added fuel. Number two, being away from distractions, even good distractions, like I said, your friends and whatnot, just completely being isolated. And number three, I have 100% concentration over here. And being with Ricky, my chemistry with him ever since day one, it just we kind of hit it off. We hit it off very well, and they're the main points. But then at the same time, it was the same for me as well. Before I come out here, I thought, yeah, I'm gonna go out to LA. It's gonna be lavish. We're gonna see palm trees, beaches, and bro, it's the complete opposite, man. I'm telling you, three hard sessions a day, and the time you do get off, but you're just sleeping. So yeah, it's not this whole, because what it is ultimately, right? They see me on fight night, they see me get the win, they say, oh yeah, he's training in LA, and they see the nice stuff. I'll buy myself a nice watch, or I'll buy myself a car or whatever after the fight, and they only see the nice.
See you at Bicester Village.
Yeah, that's it. I bumped into you, yes, Bicester Village, spending and whatnot, and they only see the nice things and they think, oh yeah, he's got it cushy. But trust me, that's not the case. Not the case at all. We come here and we put in an absolute shift, bro, a big shift, and you can tell by my performances that we're making it happen, alhamdulillah. And last camp we done in Preston, and it's really nice to be back here again. It's made me appreciate it on a whole nother level. So yeah, man, it's good.
It is, and like you said, there in the facilities you got there, and just for people watching this, we filmed a little feature on you today that'll be out in the coming weeks, so fans can get to see what it's like for you, living a day-to-day life in LA, training here as well. So you've been with Ricky Funes for a good few years
Yeah.
now. It's good to see that the bond you guys have got. It seems like a bond beyond trainer and fighter. It seems like you've got a really close relationship now.
Yeah, it's good. It is good. It's maturing now. It's maturing. Like when I first done my first training session with him, we clicked straight away. We did. I knew it. But now it's like even outside of the gym, which we can chill and whatnot. But the good thing is with myself and Ricky, I don't know whether it's because of my upbringing or whatnot, and his as well. But there's always that respect barrier. Like we'll never ever cross any barriers. There's always that respect barrier in place, and I feel like I need that with him for me to get the best out of myself in training, where he says do something and you almost have that fear in the back of your mind that if you don't do it you're going to get in trouble. So yeah, no, it's definitely maturing, like I'm saying, and I'm blessed.
We're here for Riyadh season LA edition. You will have seen all the build up and all the marketing that's gone into it. What do you make of it? Obviously, you're a Riyadh season ambassador as well.
Yeah. No, but listen, it's unreal. Listen, being in boxing now is the best time to be in it, with Turkey Al Sheikh heading it, and him giving me the opportunity to become a Riyadh season ambassador and the opportunity to fight on these shows that I've been fighting on. Is just, I'm absolutely blessed, and I can't thank him enough, to be fair. And the only way I can thank him is by doing my bit in the gym, training to the best of my ability, and putting on the performances for these guys who have trusted me and whatnot. And a couple new added members to the team in Spencer Brown and Adil as well. Adil Ditto, guys who have changed my life. Changed my life, to be fair. I was very naive to this game up until 4 months ago, where getting them guys on board. Listen, I can't thank them enough. And I mean, you hear his name all over boxing now. Do you know what I mean? In Spencer, and he's helping not just me, but he's helping a lot of fighters as well. So I can't thank him enough. And the next fight is our first fight officially together. So as a team, as the A team, as I say. So yeah, alhamdulillah, it's going well, and I'm looking forward to it.
You said there, because I've heard a lot of people say this about Spencer, that he's a great guy and he's opened my eyes up. Can you give us examples, like why is Spencer the man, and why is
Do
he
you know what it?
why is he holding the keys to everything in
Yeah. Do you
Saudi?
know what it is? People, like, they do interviews and they'll be saying his name because they feel like, oh, they're gonna get an opportunity at the back of it, or they feel like if they sit here and praise him, he's gonna do something for them, or etc. So, but it comes from the bottom of my heart. The guy is like, not met a guy like him in boxing. He's a diamond geezer, absolute diamond geezer. And the first time I met him was at the Fury and Usyk announcement press conference in England, and I remember I just hit it off with him straight away. Hit it off with him, and then recently, as of recent, him and Adil, like I said, have just come on board and kind of changed the game for me. Frank's he's always backed me from day. Do you know what I mean? Always backed me from day, and I've always said I will be loyal to him, and that's exactly the case. Him and George are doing good things for Queensberry Promotions, doing good things for myself. So yeah, man, the future's definitely looking bright with Queensberry and with Frank, and like I said, with George in the team, and hopefully I can just continue to do these guys proud.
You're going to be at the show tomorrow night, and I think Chris Eubank Jr. is in town as well. I know you guys have had a bit of back and forth online. Are you the kind of person, if you bumped into Chris, would you have like things to say, or would you just keep
Do you
it
know,
to
I
yourself?
don't think I'd really be disrespectful, but we'll ask him. Oh, come on, let's make it happen. Do you know what I mean? Let's make it happen. Because I heard he outpriced himself for a fight with me as well, same he did with Canelo. I mean, I understand doing it with me, but I don't know why you do that with Canelo. Do you know what I mean? When he got the opportunity to fight one of the best fighters in the history of the sport, like, give me a pay cut, bro, and I'll be in there. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, no, I'll definitely ask him if I see him. Do you know what I mean? Let's make it happen. But at the same time, I just have to concentrate on my next fight for all these future fights to be a reality.
Tyler Denny again, as your family have been saying today, he's literally hungry, and he sees you as his gateway to a world title fight, because he's on a mad run. You would have seen his record. I've followed his journey from small hole boxing. I've seen the kind of person he's there to grab every opportunity he gets. So what's it like for you? I know you fought Ammo Williams recently, but I feel like this is like a different type of how shall I put it? What's the word now when somebody's praying you? You know, someone's after you. A different type of person that's hunting you,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah, yeah. No, definitely, definitely. And you know what? It's kind of a good position to be in because everyone's so fixed on the what if. What if Tyler Dilly beats Hamzah? What if he does this? What if he does what he's done to Brad Ray? What if he done what he's done to Felix Cash? I mean this in a very, very respectful and humble manner, but I'm not them guys. I'm not them guys. I'm a total different kettle of fish. I take the game seriously. I give 100% in the gym. I take Tyler Denny seriously, and I think people are kind of underestimating what I can do. It's almost like, oh, Hamzah Sheeraz is going to turn up and knock him out. Hopefully that does happen, but at the same time, I have to do everything in my physical, spiritual, mental capability to make that a reality. And I think people are kind of not sleeping on me, but they're going to be in for a shock for sure.
And how do you see yourself now? Because I said this to you last time I spoke to you. You're kind of regarded as like the kind of figurehead for like, you know, British Asians when it comes to like upcoming sports stars, you know, from all the sports, to be fair, because your profiles really took off in the last 12 months, especially. And obviously you topped it off with the win over Amma Williams. How are you kind of finding that kind of responsibility of being that guy?
You know, it's a good feeling, but then at the same time, it's kind of, I don't know how to explain, but it's like you're in a position where everyone's telling you how well you're doing. And then when it comes to when I'm like in my room alone, it's kind of like, okay, cool, but I want to be better and I want to do better. And I think that just comes down to me not being complacent, because I think once I start sitting down and accepting people's compliments, I feel like that's when I'll get a bit kind of not believe in the hype, but I'll become a bit stagnant in my approach to training and boxing. So I can't believe it. I cannot believe the hype, and I just have to like stay on that road of just being pure focused until I'm done with the sport.
You ever worried about the evil eye?
Not really, because my mum's prayers have got me a long way, alhamdulillah. Do you know what I mean? Not just my mum's prayers, but I always say it like this. I got aunties, uncles out there who I don't even know who are praying for me, and like I can't be thankful enough for these people. And not even just aunties, uncles, but like supporters, people who I don't know, who maybe I won't even ever meet in my life. But these guys, they're out there supporting you, praying for you, wishing you well. And it kind of like when I meet these people like randomly out and they say, oh yeah, I'm praying for you, or I support you, it's kind of very, very humbling. And it just goes to show, I still, in my head, I'm still that kid who's got dreams of winning world titles, and still that kid who looks up to other fighters and whatnot. So I think as long as I remain that kid and remain humble like that, I mean, the sky's the limit.
We've done a few interviews recently, and then quite a few done some crazy numbers online. I've seen the comments. You know, there's one the other day I was watching. It's had like 10,000 likes on it. You will have got some DMs. Is there any DMs that are like stuck out to you that kind of maybe touched you? I'm just curious.
You know what? I get a lot. And I'll get a lot of messages where people, especially like after the interviews I've done with you and when I said like any issues, approach me and stuff like that. And I've had a few people with financial issues who I've helped out just out of being goodwill and whatnot. I've had people who just needed mental health advice and whatnot, and I just do and say what I can. Do you know what I mean? In my capability. Like obviously I haven't studied it and whatnot, but listen, whatever I can do my bit to help, bro, I'm there for it all.
I've got to ask you that, you know, like I said, because you're kind of a bit of a figurehead for British Asian sports stars. You'll have seen back home in the UK, there's like madness going off. Obviously, we've had a few tragic incidents recently, but you know, you've got the the extreme right wing protesting all over the country outside police stations, mosques. You know, you as like a British Muslim Pakistani, how do you feel about all that kind of stuff when you see that?
Do you know what? It's crazy because everyone follows the narrative that's been pushed out, and they don't do their own research. So it's just like anything in life. As soon as it's social media, right? If it wasn't for social media, I don't think we'd have these issues. To be fair, I don't think we'd have these issues. But then at the same time, it's like just treat everyone with respect. You know what I mean? Treat everyone with respect, and just get on, man. Just get on. Like I don't understand these groups forming and painting others with the same brush just because others are doing it. Just because he's doing it, I'm going to follow what he's doing. Be your own person. Do your own research. Be your own person. And just be the best you can be. And I know it's kind of a generic answer I've just given, but at the same time, it's as simple as that. People complicate things. People complicate things in life. And why can't you just be a nice person? Do you know what I mean? Just be a nice person. Sometimes step back from a certain situation and assess it alone. Listen to yourself, talk to yourself, and assess the situation, and then put yourself in whoever's shoes it is, or whatever the situation is. Put yourself in both kind of sides of the argument and see how you'd like to be treated, or how you'd like to go about things. And that's how I kind of approach things. You know what I mean? I never ever follow people, or never. I've learnt my lessons from past. You know what I mean? I've never. Oh, just because he's doing it, I'm going to do that as well. Like, at the end of the day, I'm my own man. I'm my own man. I can do my own research, and I can just be the best person I can possibly be.
What are you concerned you like, you at some point are going to be starting a family, and you're going to be living in the UK for most of your career after you're done in boxing.
Yeah.
Does it worry you with the state? Did you think that we'll be able to recover whatever's going on right now?
I think we should be okay. But you never know. You never know, and I think that's kind of just my blasé attitude to things. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes it can get me in a bit of a pickle, as well. But I think as for now, it's like you do think of them things. You know what I mean? I'm 25 now. What, in 5 years or 30 odd, I'd like to be married, maybe have a kid and whatnot. So it's kind of is in the back of your mind, and you kind of think like, what is the state of the country going to be like when I have kids and they're grown? Do you know what I mean? That's another however many years we're talking. So yeah, it's definitely interesting. It's definitely interesting, but I think for now, if I just keep remaining, as long as my focus is remain on boxing, and through boxing helping others, using it as a platform. Like I've said it before in a load of my interviews, boxing is just my job. You know what I mean? I know boxing purists will be like, oh, how can he say that? And boxing should be everything he does. But let's be real about things. In a few years, in 7 years, I'd like to be retired, bro. I'd like to be retired. I'd like to do what I do. I'd like to have made a living, won a few world titles, be a historic figure in boxing, and life begins where boxing ends. For me, anyway, and that's the truth. Life begins where boxing ends, or it's just there's more to life than boxing in terms of I use it as just a platform to help others, and as long as I can continue to do that, that's all that matters to me. And this is coming from me, not anyone else. It's all coming from me. And yeah, man, it's just I kind of use it as like I've said a million times before, a platform to help others.
Just lastly, does the idea of defeat, does that scare you? Do you ever think about defeat and how you deal with that, if that ever happens?
You know what? I used to think about it a lot. But I've recently started working with a mind coach in Paddy Upton, who has taught me. He told me a quote the other day, and it stuck with me. He said, "The past is only important for the lessons they require today, for the lessons they taught today, and the future is only useful for the plans they require today." So, and I've kind of used that like recently, and I think, okay, like that's serious. And he goes, a human works at best when the mind is present. So right now, all I'm thinking about is the questions you're asking me, and the best answer I could possibly give you. Whereas before, I used to think about what if. And I watched an interview of, it was Prince Naz, I think, come out this morning, and he goes, listen, what if and negatives are the words of the shaitan, of the devil. Do you know what I mean? We're strong in what we do, and as long as I'm praying my 5 prayers a day, and I'm strong in my deen. Oh, was it your one? Yeah, I watched it this morning. It was a great interview, man. Great interview, and yeah, what he said, like it kind of stuck with me, and I was thinking about it today as well, and I'm glad I got to use it in the interview.
There you go. And lastly, people will be wondering why you sat down. It's quite a fascinating little spot here, but with the house that you're living in, you've actually got a prayer room, which you don't normally see back home, because this house is huge. How do you find it having literally, you got a purpose-built mosque in the house?
Listen, it's blessed, bro, blessed, and we won't show you now. We'll show you on the exclusive clip that comes out, so stay tuned. Yeah. But yeah, blessed beyond words, like brother Mo, brother Abdul Wahab, like having these guys around who keep my feet on the ground. Not that they need to be, but it's always nice to, they don't look at me like this boxer who's gone on to do great things. They just look at me like another brother. And you need that in this game, you know what I mean? You need that in this game, because like I said, it goes back to what I was saying about starting to believe the hype and whatnot. So they just help me remain humble, and on my prayers, on my deen. It's a lot easier to get up and pray in a prayer room with all the brothers and whatnot. So I'll hear one of the boys doing azan when I'm in my room, and I'll do my wuzu and come down, and that's it. Join them every 5 times a day. So it's a good feeling, man.
Hamzah, Sheeraz, I appreciate your time, mate. All the best, and we'll probably bump into you Wembley fight week.
You definitely will, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you.